Why, hello there. Hope everybody's having a good day. A nice tale here, bringing you a summary of a knife I've done a review on, which the review of which will be linked in the description. Today we're looking at the TRM Atom, a USA-made knife that is just... it's really good. And it is just something that I can appreciate. It's kind of doing its own thing. It is very purpose-driven, purpose-built. It's not trying to be just your average all-arounder knife. It is very clearly designed in a way and executed in a way that is sort of just doing what it's supposed to do, which is it's a nice thing. It's a nice thing. Let's be honest. Just a quick recap. You have about 3.5 inches of blade, just a tiny bit under that, and overall about 8 1/8. So decent. One thing that is to be noted here is this, while it has the wood scale, so it is light, is super thin, but it is also really light. 2.87 ounces. So you got great ratios, great weight to blade, great everything here, which is very nice. Very nice. It is on phosphor bronze, yet it has some pretty darn smooth action. I mean, light shake shut for phosphor bronze is pretty darn great. It is in 20 CV, and as of course, the entire thing is manufactured in small batch in the USA. This is the TRM logo, which I actually really like. I don't know why I like it as much as I do, but I just like that. Three Rivers, Massachusetts, I want to say. Stonewash blade, really thin, full flat, pretty darn thin behind the edge. This is a slicing knife, and that's what this thing is. It's not a hard use knife, but it's meant to be just a thin, light slicer that provides, I mean, it's relatively compact despite being a pretty sizable knife, right? There is a smaller variant of this called the Neutron, which is closer to a 3-inch blade, and it's the same thing, it's just doing it smaller. Right? It is a liner lock with, I believe these are, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I did the review, but I believe these are titanium liners. They are titanium liners. In fact, I'm not getting any magnetic pull on anything but the blade, and possibly the pivot. I'm not 100% sure because the blade's sitting under it. So everything is titanium from here back, at least as far as I can tell. Possibly not the stop pin. Great action. I know that this is one of the... I think they've actually updated their thumb studs, but this is an earlier one where the thumb studs, there were a complaint. They often offered little rings that you could put around to get better grip on the thumb studs. Never bothered me. In fact, I can even... well, under the camera, and intending to do it, of course, is a whole different story. When you want to do it, it's never happening. But I can reverse flick this thing pretty darn easily. So I've never had a problem with these thumb studs. But I know some people have, so something to be aware of. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they've changed it. The plunge grind is actually kind of hard to tell, honestly, on this one. I think it pretty much stops here, which is great. And the stop pin hits well behind the edge. Well, no, not behind the edge, well away from the edge, termination. So you can definitely cut in your own choil if that ever becomes an issue, though I don't think it will. Honestly, you got a lot of life on this thing. Lock bar axis is great, though it is also, like, aggressively jimped. I'm never super fond of that. I will say that this one does make it work all right. I don't know why, like, I'm not super fond of this kind of jimping, or any jimping on a lock bar, but maybe it's because they give you so much access that you're not forced to just engage with the jimping. But it works. So, great access, great lock bar. Great execution. This one is still centered. Wow, that's last time I set this thing was several years ago. It's still predominantly centered. It looks almost perfectly centered to me. Maybe it... No, that's the scale. Yeah, I think that's almost perfectly centered. No, I don't think there's any play in there either. We'll double check that real fast. But you got, in this case, wood scales. I think this one came with G10. And the scales are a nice little... Oh, that's not the right size. I do wish that the hardware on this knife was larger. That is one downside. It's T6, except for the pivot. I do not like seeing T6. No, thank you. Especially because this knife is made for easy access to your hardware and to be adjusted and to swap scales. They offer a lot of scale variations. So I would like to see this knife to be, I don't know, oh, it was a little bit loose in there. I thought I might have felt a tiny bit of play. Still centered. Yeah, I think that still looks pretty centered. It's not... Well, no, it's still dropping. It's a little tiny bit tighter. But, as you can see, these scales are made to be just popped off real easy. I think it's the pocket clip scales and this holding it on this side, because there's no mid-mounted one. Or I guess, yeah, it's pocket clip. Also, fun fact is it is tapped for left-handed carry, but you have to get a left-handed scale for it. I don't know if they've ever done a left-handed lock. I don't know about that. It's also got, as you can see, 3 T6 screws underneath there, and that's kind of where I would like to see it changed. These can be T8, even if you do the ones on the front as T6, but honestly, I'd like to see T8 all around. Let's be honest. Especially if it's something you're going to interact with more frequently, because you can swap out scales. Quick, just set these things back. I will admit the ones up here on the front of the... Or not the front, the outer screws, I'm having trouble talking right now, are pretty good. I have not had any issues with them stripping. I have found that this T6 underneath, the actual standoff ones, can feel a little strippy. So that's why I'd most like to see those changed. Yeah, I think No, I'm going to call that pretty darn center still. Tolerances are good here. It's thin, it's slicey. It's a great knife. I'm just kind of rambling here. Good pocket clip, functional pocket clip. Continuous rise, good retention. Yeah, you feel it. It's a little bit of a tall pocket clip, but it's super comfortable. Ton of maneuverability and range and on the handle of it's the wow, I'm having trouble with this one. You have a lot of grip positions here and a ton of free space to do it. Comfortable, locks in your hand well. These are slightly contoured. Very comfortable. Tons of scale options from G10 to wood to micarta to... There are titanium variants, which, yes, the titanium scales are expensive, and if you get the titanium knife with the scales, it's like $395, but this is a small batch, USA-made knife with contoured titanium scales with a beautiful diamond texturing on them. 100% that is justified. It just is. It may hurt. It hurts me, but it's justified. Everything about this knife is really quite solid. again, it is a lighter duty knife that is meant to be a thin slicer. It is something where you have to know what you're looking for. If you're looking for a different kind of knife, or you're looking for a more all-around knife, this may not be the one that you want to pick up. Do I think this knife is worth picking up? Yes, this is a great knife, and it's USA made, and I will personally say that I have had a few experiences interacting with TRM, and they have been nothing but a joy to interact with. Pleasant, nice people. In fact, when I was first starting out my channel, they sent me a knife to give away, which I did. Which was, like, insane. I had, like, no subscribers. I still barely have any subscribers, but Jesus. To do something like that, support, yes, thank you. They're just good people. And I've heard a lot of good things about them, too, from other people that have interacted with them. So, this is a company we're supporting. This is a good knife and a good product. They have a few different models, and I do think that this classic original pattern is just wonderful, though. So, that's all I want to say. More good press, hopefully, from TRM, because they're doing some good stuff here. I think that's about all. I'll end things here with this summary, and thank anybody for watching. Consider liking, commenting, subscribing. I'm just trying to say that. I'm trying to say it earlier in the video, and yet I keep saying it at the end of the video. But, either way, that ends things here. See you later, guys. And gals. If there are any. Probably not. Who knows? See ya.